of order, Brian? Hear the second one first?
Yeah, we can do that. If everyone's comfortable with that, I'll go with that.
He was all ready for Sue. You got all your pictures.
He'll probably be your only no vote.
This might have been a lapse in judgment.
Walked out.
Thanks, Brian.
Okay, so we're going to hear 10 Edgewood, Christopher Valley, and
That's
Linda
great, I know.
Canini for a special permit under 195-8E2 to construct a new 21 by 34-foot 4-inch addition, which will include 2 bedrooms and encroaches on the front setback, and will be over 30% allowable by right, and any other relief that may be deemed necessary. If I could get your name and address, sir, that would be awesome.
Hi, I'm Matthew Stengel, representing Crystal Valley. I'm from Land Tech Consultants.
Terrific.
You need our address? Is that what you said?
I think
You
that's
just
usually
Land
what
Tech is
they
good.
Oh, Land
give.
Tech is good, okay.
Land Tech's probably good enough.
You guys?
Can you shut the noise off?
Usually puts it up there.
Oh, God.
She does.
If you've submitted those plans, she'll put those.
Okay, well, we have some
Charlie.
answers for you guys tonight.
You want this one?
Hey, Charlie, you can take this one. That's all set up.
No, here we go.
I have one
Everything's all
that's
set up.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I'm Matthew Stengel here on behalf of Crystal Valley of 10 Edgewood Street. We're here to present a special permit application to allow for the alteration of a non-conforming single-family residential structure and to also increase the non-conformity of the existing structure. A little history about the lot. The house was constructed in 1957 on an undersized 20 square foot lot. Most of the properties in this neighborhood are also undersized 20,000 square foot lots. This lot itself is kind of unique because it has frontage on 3 sides, where we have Edgewood Street and Randall Road, which are both constructed roads, and then on the west side of the property, there's Norma Smith Street, which is just a paper street. At the front of actually at the northern end of Norma Smith Road, there's a pump station for the sewer systems. The existing structure is currently non-conforming because it is within the front setbacks on both Edgewood Street and Randall Road. The structure itself does look like it takes up a lot of the land on the property, but only about half of the dwelling itself is livable space, where there's a 2-car garage and a breezeway, and then about roughly 1,000 square feet of livable space within the dwelling. So tonight we're here just to request a special permit to construct a bedroom addition on the western side of the dwelling, and that addition is going to be further within the front setback along Edgewood Street. We have provided the board with the certified plot plan and also elevation plans and a floor plan of the dwelling, of the proposed addition. The architect has designed this addition to minimize construction costs to the homeowner and also maximize the compatibility with the layout of the existing structure. This will help to reduce impacts to the interior of the existing dwelling, where they currently have a hallway that comes along, kind of in the center of the existing structure here, and that will line up with the hallway in the small hallway extension in the addition to give roughly equal-sized bedrooms. Also, the architect designed it so that it was symmetric, so that the center of the addition would be symmetrical with the existing dwelling, so that the ridge line on the roofs would match, which will just help with constructability and will help to minimize costs to the homeowner. The proposal serves the social and economic and community needs of the neighborhood by helping to increase property values. The proposal should not adversely affect traffic flow and safety, because we're only adding one bed. Right now, the existing dwelling has 2 bedrooms. while the addition will have 2 bedrooms. The bathrooms are going to be reconfigured, so we're only adding 1 bedroom to the dwelling. And there's a 2-car garage, there's a driveway. No cars should have to be parked on the street. The traffic flow, I think this street runs out to 3A, so we really one more car on 3A won't increase traffic flow. The existing dwelling itself is actually slightly undersized compared to other dwellings in the neighborhood. So the addition of the extra bedroom will help bring the house more into conformity with the other three bedroom dwellings that are in this neighborhood. There shouldn't be an impact on the character of the neighborhood due to this addition. It's a single floor. It's going to match the character of the existing dwelling. There's an increase in impervious area on the property, but we looked into it and we don't see any adverse effects to the environment. And while as far as fiscal impacts of the development, there will be a slight increase in sewage flow to the septic system of the town of Chelmsford, but the property taxes should increase due to the extra square feet and bedroom in the from the addition. So if the board has any questions, I'm willing to answer them.
Very thorough.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm new to this kind of, so just trying to hit all the
You should train a few
points.
other people that come
Right,
back.
right. You did cover all the bases, which is good.
Yeah.
I'm speechless.
Are there any questions from the board at this time?
I don't know if you answered them.
I'm going to go ahead and read the letters that I have. This is from the Board of Health. There are no comments regarding 10 Edgewood. This is from the police. There are no comments regarding 10 Edgewood. This is from the Water Department. There are no comments regarding 10 Edgewood. The Engineering Department, there are no comments for 10 Edgewood. And from the Fire Department, 10 Edgewood Street. Dear members of the board, this office has reviewed the proposal for an addition at 10 Edgewood Street and finds the following. The entire home, existing and new construction, shall be equipped with life safety systems as required by 780 CMR 51, standard for new construction at the time of application for a building permit. The home shall have hardwired, interconnected smoke, carbon monoxide, and heat detectors in all required locations. 3 copies of the plans that clearly show all required life safety devices shall be submitted to this office as part of the building permit plan review process. This office would approve of this addition with these conditions. I ask that the board make this letter part of their approval process. Respectfully submitted, Daniel Kostafis, Captain, Chelmsford Fire Department. That's all my letters. This time I'm going to open it up to the audience. If there was anyone who would like to speak in favor and opposition to this project, now is the time.
Hearing none? No.
Just
Chris-
your name and address.
Chris LaValle, 10 Edgewood. Just wanted to introduce myself to the board. My family and I have lived in Chelmsford now at this house for about 6 years. My kids are 8 and 10, and 1 boy, 1 girl, and now it's time for them to get their own rooms. So we're hoping that this will pass and that we can build them their rooms and enjoy the neighborhood.
Thank you. Probably take a motion at this point.
No. Could I make a motion to close the public hearing?
You could.
I'd like to.
I'll second.
Second to close the public hearing, and I think we could take this up.
I believe so.
I would need a motion. Anyone like to make a
I know
motion?
somebody wants to leave, so I figured you'd want to jump in.
Well, don't you want to vote on closing the public
Yeah,
hearing?
we need to close first.
All right, we can do that.
All in favor?
You okay, Brian?
Right out,
Now you
John.
could introduce a motion.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to approve the special permit for 10 Edgewood under Article 195-8E, subsection 2,
Including the letter.
including all the letters read into record.
I'll second that.
Second by Ida. All
Go
in
ahead,
favor?
Ida.
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous.
Bye, Charlie.
All right,
Good luck with it.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you.
Take Steve, but I think he's working on this.
I look forward to it.
I'll tell you when that's
Okay.
Moving right along, our
Email me
next
one, Charlie.
hearing is 3 Marshall Street, Kazagian Enterprises, for a special permit under 195-8E2 to construct a new 52 by 26 home with a 2-foot front porch, which will include a garage under and will not meet front setbacks, and they will be over the 30% allowable by right, and any other relief that may be deemed necessary.
Mr. Chairman, just as a point of information, don't we need 5 members for a supermajority for the special permit?
That's what we just asked, and
I think 4 is our
You
we
could
have a
go
board of
forward with 4.
We have a board of 5.
I
just
thought we
need-
it's
you
a
would need
board
a
of
u-
5. Okay, I'm sorry.
We have 8 members, but we have 3
you
alternates.
need-
That's what threw me off. Okay.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's all right.
okay. Charlie, get back here.
You'd hate to send you away.
We ready? Okay. For the record, I am Sue Carter from Places Associates, representing Kazanjian Enterprises, and with me tonight is Mr. Alan Kazanjian, the property owner and the developer for this site. This is a pre-existing lot that is, from what I could find, was created in 23, and the house, according to the assessor's office, was from 1920. What we are proposing to do is remove the existing house and build, the existing house is almost on the road. It's very close. And we actually discovered that the garage is actually projecting 3 feet into the right-of-way. So as a result, much of the parking for that property is actually on Marshall Street. What we are proposing to do is remove the existing house and garage and build a new house that would have a drive-into garage, so that we would be consolidating the footprint. For that, we would need several relief from the zoning under the special permit. We are increasing the house size by more than 30%, so it's a special permit process. We also are, even though we're decreasing the nonconformity, the new house would not be in compliance with the existing setbacks. The existing, I need my glasses, sorry. Front setback is 40 feet. What we are proposing is 30 feet. That would make it more consistent with the existing neighborhood. This is one of the few houses in that immediate neighborhood with a house so close to the roadway. By putting a new house up, what we also will be doing is we will be having a longer setback, and that will also enable us to get the cars off the street for parking. Colleen, do you have the pictures that I emailed you?
I do.
Or I can pass these around as well.
Is there a specific one you want to start with, or
Well-
I have 2 Marshall?
This, the 3 Marshall Street. These were from Google Streets, so they're a little skewed. So this is the house that's across the street. You can see it's set back. It's a more modern house. If you just want to flip through them.
Thanks.
If you want to start with Street View 1, 2, and 3, that's of the
Okay.
house. There we go.
Yeah, you can see it already.
Thank you. So this is the existing house. You can see the existing garage that is pretty much on the street, and parking is just in front of it. Technically, that garage is 3 feet into the right-of-way from Marshall Street. The existing house, you can see, is an older home, very modest in size. As a result, there are multiple outbuildings. There are there's the garage and 2 other sheds. If you want to go to the next one. Thank you. So you can see there's a lot of materials in the yard. By putting a new house on, what we propose is the front steps of the new house would be roughly halfway back, and the existing house would be back considerably further. Because of the unique shape of this lot, we did not want to put the house as far back as we possibly could, simply because then it somewhat encroaches, or feels like it's encroaching on the abutters, because it's a tight lot. It's a very odd lot shape here. We feel that this is no more detrimental to the neighborhood than what the existing house is, and actually improves it, because we can get the cars off the street. It'll help the property values in the area. Obviously, this house has seen better days. And that it will be an improvement, make it a more modern house for a new family to move in. In terms of the economics, obviously, a newer house would be an improvement in terms of the tax base. But as you can see, this is Shed Lane across the street. Everything in that area is either a new house or set back considerably further from Marshall Street. If you want to go to the next one. In terms of the floor area ratio of the house, the existing floor area ratio of the existing house is about a 0.08 or roughly 8%, and with the new house it would be roughly 0.16%, both of which are within the existing floor area ratio for that zoning district. These are the two houses. So 2 Marshall Street is the one on the right. That's the direct abutter to 3 Marshall Street that we're working on. 7, I'm sorry, is the direct abutter to 3 Marshall Street, and then there's 11 and 15. So you can see all the houses adjacent to them are set back considerably further than the existing house. And that was part of the reason why Mr. Kazanjian determined that it was better to build a new house rather than try to renovate the existing house. And
The obvious question I have,
Yep.
and I'm assuming there's a reason, how come you're not trying to get a little more into that envelope? Looks like there wouldn't really be much issue with that.
we were trying to get somewhat of a backyard. Colleen, if you go to, I think, the street view number 2. There we go. You can see the neighbor's backyard, and we're just trying to give a little bit of a buffer between the neighbors and this house for a backyard. We looked at pushing it, but both houses are so tight because of the shape of the lot. We were concerned that it would be more intrusive on the neighbor if we pushed it further back.
I did see from the topographical, that other house is really right there. The one to the right.
Yep.
Only
that
10
help
feet,
at all?
10 feet to make it in there.
Let's see, go back 5.
It improves it so much, you know.
I agree. I really wasn't trying to make a.
No,
issue. I
I know.
understand it.
Well, that was
And
the
I
obvious
was
question, because of the
fairly
drawing
sure
just
there was
shows
a
it so
reason
clear.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just trying to get a balancing act between setback from the front as well as just not encroaching so much in the back, because the backyard for the abutter is fairly open. And there are a few trees back in the corner.
I guess my next question is, we're 30.5 feet out.
Yeah,
We're supposed to be 40. Isn't that like all but 25%, not 20 for a special permit?
To be honest with you, I had set it at 30, and when my drafter put it, it was 30.
The front setback is
Right.
40,
Correct.
and that would make it, I understand it's 30.50, but basically we're talking about 25 feet of setback. And to qualify for a special permit, I think we need to be 20%, not 25%. After 20%, don't we go to a variance?
After 20%, you can go to 20%.
And they're at 25.
Right. And so
So
at 25,
It's a variance we're kicking. No?
let me take a quick peek.
That's what I was just wondering.
I think that's how I read it to be.
I went through that so many times initially. I defer to the building inspector's opinion on that.
The math is easy. I mean, it's a 40-foot front setback, and it shows 30 feet. That's just about 25, and
Percent, yeah, 24 and a half. Wow.
I think to qualify as a special permit, it has to be 20%.
Oh, then I would request, if that is the case, that we, with the board's permission, amend this, and we will do a revised plan,
We
or,
end up at 20% of the,
correct.
which would be what?
Which would be at
34,
32 feet.
32?
Yep. And we would have no problem sliding the building back 2 feet.
Yeah, I mean, I understand your.
Yep.
your-
So it is at 25. My suggestion at that point would be push it back to the 35.
32.
32.5.
We have no problem with that.
looking 2 feet, and we could keep it into the special permit versus the variance.
Right, save us the
Yeah.
variance. I mean, you probably have a reasonable hardship with the lot shape, but we've advertised for a special permit. We can't go to the
We
variance
would be
now.
happy to, if the board were willing to grant us the special permit, we would be happy to make sure that the building is only, is no closer than 32 feet from the front setback.
But we'll take that half inch again if we can, and then do 32.50. If that's agreeable, I think that's a reasonable thing. I'm going to go ahead and read the letters. Okay, so we have a letter from the Historical Commission. It's a see-attached letter, but I believe it's written right on it. The age of this house requires Historical Commission review. Our next meeting is April 9th at 2009 at 7:30 PM. We'll place the owner on the agenda for the 9th. The police have no comments regarding 3 Marshall Street. The Board of Health has no comments regarding 3 Marshall Street. The Fire Prevention has no comments. Wow.
It's new construction.
And it's a new house, so it's the whole book. It's not just one chapter.
Thank you.
Engineering has some notes. 1, on 3 Marshall Street. The applicant must contact the DPW Sewer Division for permits and for the sewer service. Sewer must be cut and capped and witnessed by the sewer inspector. Road opening permit will be required for work within the town's right-of-way. Erosion control is required in the storm drains around the property. These must be installed prior to any work or demolition. Consideration should be made to install roof drain dry wells to the new dwelling. From the East Chelmsford Water District, there is no comments or see-attached letter. I'm going to check that off for Ron. And when completed, new meters must be installed. And that is the extent of my letters. Open this up for public comment, if there is any, for or against. Seeing none.
Make a
Do we have
motion
any
to
other
close.
questions for Ms. Carter, or
Motion to close.
Second.
second by Nance? All in favor? Aye.
Everybody good with that?
I personally think it's an improvement. I think that we're going to go to the 32.50 or 05. We just want to be, good. Yeah,
32.50.
from the front setback. That may cause an encroachment in the rear setback.
It didn't look like it. I was looking at that. It
It's-
looks like you've
Would
got
it
about
just make
6 or
it-
7 feet.
room, yeah.
Yeah. Within that, because you didn't fully show that envelope, so I don't know what the distance is from the back steps to the back envelope line, but it looks like it's about 6 or 7 feet at least.
room.
Yeah,
Okay,
That's why I had no problem agreeing to that. It does fit.
yeah.
good. It went back where it belongs anyways. Didn't want to be where it was.
And if I may, Mr. Chairman, the historic peer review on the home is, again, for the demolition of the home, not necessarily the construction of a new home.
Right, so they can respond to what they preserve or don't preserve, irregardless of this board.
And we intend to be at the meeting on next week, so
Okay.
no problem with that.
If there are no further concerns.
I'll make a motion to approve 3 Marshall Street for the special permit to 195-8E2 with the addition of all the letters and as well as adjusting the house itself back 2 feet to 32.50 frontage.
Front.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Good luck with it.
Thank you very much.
Looking forward to it.
Are we doing minutes now?
Okay, Stanleyfield.
Colleen, are we doing minutes?
They're on the back side of the
there.
agenda. I made the corrections you sent me. It was easy. They were easy ones.
These for your record.
Sure, why not?
So, we do minutes on this board anymore? Is that,
Yeah, that's what I have. They're attached to the agenda.
That's what we were just talking about.
I did send them out.
She was on the ball this month. Look, see that?
And if you approve these two, we're
Well, I don't know if I'd
She
go
remembered
crazy
to
with
email
it
me
there,
this
you know what I mean?
that sounds like a lot to say.
That's a lot, it's on the
It's
ball.
my least
you know.
favorite
All I can ever
task.
think of is a
you know?
seal, and I don't know how that works.
But,
We have two sets, this is crazy.
Oh, that's what I
Do you
said.
guys not read the email she sends? I did.
You got an email? Did I get an email?
Then attach these.
Yeah.
Sword did.
And then I gave her
You
my
know what,
correction.
I looked at the agenda and I
Oh,
looked
that's
at the
probably what I did. I
plans.
didn't click the
And then
minutes.
my wife came home and I forgot to look at the minutes.
Always the wife's fault.
Well, you weren't here for the 7th anyway, so you don't have to worry about the 7th.
Cancel that one.
I'm sorry, February 7th, because they're both the 7th.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. And you weren't here on February either, right?
Yeah, so we just
So
have
that means
Nancy,
I have
she
to
can make a
approve
motion.
them.
Brian can second. Brian can second if you make a motion for February.
I will make a motion to approve the meeting minutes for February 7th, 2019.
I cannot second,
Yes, you
so
can.
it's not.
Oh,
I
you
can
can?
second? I don't think I can. Can I?
So it's a necessity, because you're the
Oh,
only other one
because
that was
they
here.
weren't, neither of them were here.
I second the motion.
I
Been a
just
while,
learned
but I'll
that.
do it.
I just learned that.
Excellent.
That's a good learn. I didn't know that either. All in favor?
Yes.
2-0.
Oh, they can't approve the minutes if they didn't sit?
No, no.
Oh, so another thing I learned today.
Unless they want to say, I watched it, you know.
Then we're back.
Wasn't
Oh, Mark
asked
was
to-
there for the, oh, and Ida was there, so.
No,
they
there's
can
no
approve,
reason for
okay.
you guys to go back. If
So March
something's not
7th, we can do
continued.
it.
Yep.
Everybody was here for the next one.
I will make a motion again to approve the March 7th, 2019 minutes.
And I'll second.
Second by Ida, all in favor? Look for a motion to,
Motion to close.
a motion to adjourn.
Before 7:30.
Close and adjourn.
7:30.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Thanks for coming.
Why not? Okay, so when the stuff goes out, you're gonna request that everybody respond, reply all, so we can all see it.
If that's what you want.
It'd be
Brian
better
was
if you
sort of
could
hoping
see it.
that you guys would just
I
respond
thought
to
that it would be
me.
easier, just so we don't get these rings of emails.
Well,
that-
as
that
long as you
respond-
get back to everybody so we know what's going, because sometimes if you can see it, it's
Right, even if we
easier.
can know on like Wednesday, following members have responded.
Return receipt on your emails.
Do you have like a voting option, like vote yes or no on your email?
I don't know, I can look into it.
You can put a little thing, I will attend, I will not
Yeah,
attend.
because that way, if you can see that there's already 5, you kind of already know your answer if you're
Right.
hedging. You don't have
But
to
it's,
wait.
it's gonna get, well, there's be a lot of people away.
I
so if we
think
can-
this is dangerous. Some people are just gonna sit
No, that's
there
what
and
we always
wait
did.
and wait.
That's what Janet
Wait
used
till the
to
last
do.
minute.
To let you know how everybody came.
Oh, yeah, no, we would reply
Did I
all,
think it-
we'd know what was going on.
Oh, well, then I'm fine with it, I
Yeah.
thought Brian was trying to avoid that.
It's fine, it's not gonna
It's
change.
only,
As long as
it's
everybody
only a
knows.
couple of
I'm-
extra emails, you know?
Yeah.
I'd rather know.
You'll see, there'll be some.